Morning everyone, welcome to another day on the river. This is the River Aire. I'm basically up at, this is Gargith Bridge, this is this old metal bridge, there we go. Obviously made in 1909, if you can see it there okay. There's where the company that made it, and it's been here ever since obviously. So what the plan is to do, I'm going to be hopefully fishing the dry. I have seen one or two rising below, which is tempting to go down and cast for them, but I want to go up. I've only fished a couple of times up above the viaduct this season. The conditions, the river's got a wee bit of staining in it, but it's okay, it's low, that's the main thing. It's a good level anyway to fish the dry fly. So there is one or two fish moving, so there's obviously something on the water. So what I'm going to do is going to head up. I'm going to fish through the viaduct up the way, or even I may come back down and decide. I haven't decided. I mean, when we go fishing, we can pick an area. Squeaky. Gosh, that's a squeaky gate. Anyway, we just let the river, what happens on the day, just go with the flow, as they say. So it's nice and quiet. Only problem where I am is the flight path into Prestwick Airport. Prestwick Airport's mainly, obviously there's a lot of, they fix the aeroplanes, test them out, so they go around in circles and round and round and round, even though it's just one plane that you think you are one of the busiest airports in the world. It's not. It's just to test the flights, they go around in circles. So we may get that. If that gets too much, then we can try and ignore it or move somewhere else, but it's a good stretch up here, so we're just going to persevere. It's not a big hassle. Means if there's a big plane going around in circles, I'll just take a breath between it flying over. But anyway, just going to walk up. Can't fish this area. This is, I can fish above the viaduct, I can fish below the bridge. And this is owned by the farmer, this part of the river. I think it's rented out. It's a nice wee stretch. I used to fish the other side. There's the Angling Club owns that, so it's a cheap ticket, the Angling Club. For what you get anyway, it's £70 a season. You get a bit of the river down. You get this part of the River Aire and you get the bottom part of the River Aire, and you get a loch, a couple of lochs as far as, can't mind the second name. Shankston is one, the other one is, it's a funny name, Trout or something it's called. Completely wrong like, but it's a name like that. But anyway, that's a small dry I've got on. It's a tapered leader, 9 foot down to £3, and I've added on a tuna, a £2 tippet to this small dry. I'm using my 9 foot 4-weight Cadence. You know the rod, it's a lovely rod, and the line. It's a lovely setup. So we're going to work our way up. So just a wee quick look to see if there's anything rising at the tail end. There's a nice run here I love to fish. Oh, there's a fish there. But you always, there's one there, so we'll see if we can catch that one out at the very tail end. Now I'm going to try and get it straight in line with it a wee bit, so don't get too much pull. See if we can. Well, we should be on it now. We should cover it. Yep. There's another one further up there. Oops. And you have to take my time coming up through. I've seen a couple of wee duns coming off. It's maybe coming through too quick. Just going to move up a wee bit. Try and get less drag on it and slow the fly up a wee bit. You see it's speeding up now. Whoa. You see it's coming too quick. It's good to see this fish moving. I mean, when you first start, I stood at the bridge and watched. I seen the odd dun coming off. I mean, they're small, they're very small, and I just says, "Oh, I'll try this as close to it." I mean, I didn't catch it or anything. The fish hasn't come back up, so oops. I just keep slowly working up. I short with my cast so I can maybe slow up a wee bit. That's a nice fish over there. Sitting a wee bit probably better where I could cover it. So we're going to slowly work over. There'll be hopefully lots of fish moving. It's really good to see. There's another one. That looks quite a nice fish up there. I mean, I'd like to see them come up a wee bit more regular, so I could basically cover them a wee bit better. Fly's sitting okay. Oh, that was a bit too late. Try that again. I was moving and at least with rows of fish, that's the main thing. I was walking and casting, it's not a good mix. That fish is up more regular, that one up there. The best bit's up here, the best area. Another nice bit fish. Ah, gosh, missed that one. Too busy looking at rising fish. There we go. Oh, it's just a wee brownie, but it's the first wee fish this morning. Give a second to try and settle. There he is. Lovely wee fish. Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move up into this main run, but I'm actually going to cross over here. So I'm going to reel in and move up. Just to cover this run, the best to fish it from this side across. And it's actually good with a nymph below the dry as well. So, but we'll see. I prefer to fish the dry today. Well, I hope to fish the dry. I'll fish to suit the conditions, to be honest with you. Okay, I moved over. Fished the kind of the tail end. I've actually seen one or two duns coming down on this wee run, but nothing rising to them. So we'll see. Put my dry out and see if there's anything will come up to it. I know it's not a fast flowing piece of water here, but it's I know it can be really good, this run. So if I don't see anything coming up, I may have to put a wee nymph on. Maybe try and catch if I fish a nymph, I'm more likely to catch grayling. Saying that, the grayling will come up for the dry, especially if there's enough dries around. But they are really good for rising grayling when everyone else is not. Many a time I fished for the river, like the last time I fished it actually. It was the only fish that was rising, the brown trout were nowhere to be seen. And the only fish that were rising were grayling. That's what it's like. Could have both, like. I'll have to see both brown trout and grayling coming up. I'll see if I don't see anything soon, I may change to a dry dropper type, as they call it. Just put a larger dry on, piggyback, small nymph. There you go. Feels like a grayling. Grayling kind of, especially twirl. Oh, it's a brownie. Gosh, take that back. He's a wee twirler. Try to carry on. He's a grayling. There we go. Brownie trout. It's not a big one, but anyway. Lovely wee fish. He come up. Back out. Now that actually rose like a grayling. It was dead easy, Ozzy. It was just a nice wee head and tail onto the dry. Much like a grayling. The brownies normally are a bit splashy. I'll probably watch my back cast here. Got trees sitting behind me. I thought we seen the trout rising the way they were below. I thought, I'm guaranteed to see fish rising up in here, because this usually is the best bit. I'll keep going though. You see the river here's, I mean, it's really low. It's back down to a kind of summer level, and is that a fish there? There's a wee quick cast down there. Not sure if it was. Thought I saw a wee rise there. Thing is, these, if grayling are rising, they're so quiet. You can easily not see them. It's just a wee, kind of like a wee bubble half the time. Just trying the far side here. I mean, there is the odd wee dun there. You can see them. Just the very edge of that run over there looks good. The runs, this is the deepest part of this run. It's quite deep. Yeah. It's a shelf really, I think. The river airs get like sandstone shelves, and they're ideal. Basically fish love lying in the areas. Fishing a couple of wets would be good as well, when things are quiet. But anyway, we keep slowly inching our way up the pool. See if I can rise or get in to take my dry. Hopefully maybe see a trout rise or so. I've got to keep the cast, I don't know if you can see here, but yeah, bushes. So what I've got to do here is I've got to keep my rod, it's like a side cast, keep below the trees. If I go up, I'm in the trees. I'm getting close to actually changing to a dry dropper here. Okay, I'm going to change to a dry dropper, see if I can pick up a couple of grayling. What I've done here is I've put just a size, this is a size 16 pheasant tail nymph. It's a basic, the one tied with the copper wire. And I have the Dynamite Harry, I've got the heavier one, the bigger fly, just caught my line here. The March Brown, as you can see here. And I've got it, at least, I've got it 3 feet hanging off the bend, so what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to, I'm going to let it drop back and fish the water. I've just fished up through here, just let it swing round and then slow up my rod, bending the line just to let the nymph drop, because I know the kind of main runs. Then I'm going to try the far side. So I'm just going to pop it over there and let it drift through. You can add a wee tweak, and you can sometimes encourage a trout to have a go. And the fly will dry first. I'll put some muslin on it just to, you sometimes got to give it a good flick or two to get it to settle. This is a medium weight fly I'm fishing as a nymph. It's on a heavyish hook. It will get down. Try a bit closer to myself. Oh, jeez. Fish come up and took the dry. Jesus. There we go. So the pheasant tail, oh, he's off. Gosh. So I got one take the dry. What a difference that's made. Practically 2 casts in there and it's 2 fish. Both look like brownies as well. It could have been the same fish. I could have caught the same fish, this on the nymph. It's amazing to put a big dry on like that. I mean, that's what I do it for, because the dry can, this March Brown Dynamite Harry is dynamite times. It just seems to catch when, it gives a great impression of a caddis as much as it does the March Brown, because of the shape of it and the style. So I'm saying you've got to change just to, obviously, to suit. My preference was just to go with the single dry and just try and target hopefully a rising trout, but if there's nothing moving you've got to change. Try different methods. This is a great, covers both dry and nymph. So and it gives you the option of catching both trout and grayling. Or the chance anyway of catching both trout and grayling. I'll try the far side here. I'm just going to let it come down. It's slow enough run that you can just allow the fly just to swing round. And see, I'm surprised I'm not touching any grayling, because oh, missed in there. That was a good pull. I didn't feel it. It's in the draw. I had to see my fly, so I quickly dry it. Sun's come out, the light's changed a wee bit. It's making it harder to see. It's the way the sun is. You've got a kind of mirror effect. Another reason maybe not for touching the grayling is that I'm not going deep enough with the nymph. They really like to feed off the bottom. So you need to get down to them. Maybe the nymph's not going quick enough, so it's a beaded nymph or something would be better. But that's probably why I'm catching brown trout. They're more up than off the bottom. But I thought it was flow. I mean, this flow is quite slow, so the nymph should drop. Or change just to try it. We'll see. Yep. Conditions have changed a bit. There we go. Feels like a grayling this time. It is, it's a wee grayling. Oh, there we go. He took the pheasant tail. There we go. There he's away. The old pheasant tail nymph. Can't beat it. We'll go back out there. Hopefully we'll get another one. I can dry the dry fly, make sure it's sitting up. A very slow take that was. Very gentle. I wasn't even sure it was a draw. It's as simple as sweet. The fly slowed up, so that's why I struck. Still thinking of putting a small beaded nymph on, just to see if I can get down a bit deeper, see if it makes a difference. A wee bit quicker anyway, not so much deeper, quicker. Right, we'll try it, we'll see what happens. Basically it's a pheasant tail. This has got a 2.5mm bead in it, tungsten bead, this one. It's got wee fluorescent butt, it's got pheasant tail fibres. Pheasant tail fibres for the tail and the legs. So we'll see if we can catch on this, try it. It's a wee bit heavier to cast. Not as easy to cast with the lighter fly. Oh, I'm certainly touching the bottom now. Need a wee bit more line out to really get this to go down. Or to get out anyway. There we go. Yep, touched the bottom. Well, I'm getting down now, so... Oh, there's one took the dry. The brown trout. Oh my gosh. There we go. So I'm saying you've got to... This dry dropper is really good. There he is on the March brown, even though it's August. He's taking it as a, as I say, it's a good impressing a few flies, that fly, especially a Cadence. So we're doing no bad, doing quite good. You've really got to focus. A lot of people ask me, I do miss a lot of times. When you're blethering, oh, that's a tap there. When you're blethering, you do tend to, much like you're driving, somebody's blethering to you in the car, as they say, push you off sometimes. Anyway, it's been good fun. First pull, and not sure how many I've had. The dry's coming round nice and it's not too heavy on it. It's a nice yellow May. Oh, let's try and catch this wee fly. And here we go. That was like a, it wasn't a yellow May, it was like a pale watery type coloured dun. Maybe why the reason they're taking that as well. There's a small dun coming off at about the size I was fishing. Like a Larkin grey type, cream and yellow colour. It's the other thing that puts you off times, watching flies. Sometimes I'm looking at flies and fish takes. Number of times that happens. A bird flies by and I look at a bird. A feathered type anyway nowadays. There's a nice dun coming off. It's the same fly I just seen coming by. I find that run on the far side is a good, doesn't look deep, but I tell you, I've had some nice fish in there in the past. Very close to the side as well. Oh, there's a wee fish rose there, close to the dry. Oh, yeah, that was a good fish that rose there. I missed it. Rose, take it dry. And that's a size 12, so it is a size, I mean it's a big fly, it's not a wee fly. See if it comes back up. It was a kind of roll on the dry. It was a kind of very grayling like. Make sure my fly's drying. Make sure it's sitting up nice. And give it plenty of time to see it coming down to it again. Yep. Again, I'll put it further over. Oh! Man, that came back. I've got it, came back up. I think that was the same flatfish. It's a kind of weird take. I'll try it again, see if it. It's like it comes up, stops on it, then goes down. But I never touched it, so. Then I'm going to put it further up so it sees it. Oh, a wee bit further over there. It'll drift towards it. Maybe I blew it. Maybe a wee bit too far there, but Just let it swing round. It's amazing the areas you need to put your dry fly in. I'm just gonna, some of the areas where these fish will lie, you'd be surprised sometimes. And I'm going to come a wee bit closer here to only fish this wee run. I know it's not like much, but touch the bottom there, just gonna check my fly. Oh. I flicked my fly off, my nymph. Sometimes that happens when you tie on the bend of the hooks. I don't do it very much, but it's gone, so we're going to tie another one. So what I've done is I put, this is the colour bug, the Chadwick's 477 size. This is a size 14. It's tied with the traditional way of copper wire, as Frank Sawyer would do. So I'm just going to try it in this area here. See, I'm actually in the wrong area to fish it, but upstream. I'm just going to let it drift down naturally. You kind of stop there, but not. There's one or two duns coming off. It was a kind of draw there. It's going to come down a wee bit just to fish this a wee bit better. Before that, I'm going to move up to there's a few pools up the top here. I may just go hunting for fish rising, but there's a nice pool, a nice run further up. There's a couple anyway I like to fish. Try over this side. You trout had a go at the dry there. And I'm stopped there. I can see the bottom there. Wee rocks. I think it's time to move on. Yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll go upstream, still upstream, up the river, and see what we can see. Okay, been watching for the last couple of minutes or so and not seen anything moving. This is a good run. Usually has one or two fish moving, but there's very little fly life around. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put on a small cross bug, something very light, very buggy light, small, just below the dry, and fish this run here. Cross bug is just a ball of fluff really, it just gives the impression of small hog louse. This one's tied with copper wire, so it's a kind of medium weight. It's a size, I think it's a size 18. I'm not going to go too big. I've still got the same dry fly on, so I'm just going to use that as my, because I've rose fish to it, I'm quite happy to fish it. And with the odd yellow may coming off, fish have, that's the reason probably why they've had a go at it. So I'm going to try in this stream here. This wee run anyway, and in towards the trees and under here. It's a wee breeze blowing. It's not turning into the water like. Every so often it just comes up the river. So anyway, we'll give it a go, see what we got. We start quite close. I think I saw a wee trout rise there. It's further over. There we go. Cautious in here. It's a grayling by the feels of it. Perfect. Wee cross bug. There he is, just not a big grayling, but lovely. Lovely fish. Let's see where he's took the nose. Right, he's away. There you go. So that's the wee bug. I say, not a lot of tying to it, just a bit of fluff. Back out. Usually when there's one grayling there's another, so hopefully we might get another one or two. So we'll just search, just slowly let that drift out. Well, I may have to move. There's nothing here. I'll go searching, I think. I was thinking of going up. Okay, I've come all the way back down to where I basically looked over the bridge. There's the bridge there. And we're going to just have a wee quick cast under the bridge here. Oh, there's a wee trout there. I'm just going to fish up under the bridge with I've got the pheasant tail off the back of the dry. Just curious just to see. I've had fish in there before. You can get your flag to drift naturally and come straight down. See if there's anything in there. I've seen fish rising in it. In the past. And I've actually seen fish working about. They're feeding in the camera area. See a bit calmer down here, it's a bit windier up the top. Just get a quick cast just to see. All here is you'll hear the traffic because we're at the bridge. There's a tractor coming over. We'll head below. Still not really saw any fish rising. I've seen many. It's just the odd fish moving. Yeah, somebody's lost their float on the far side. Trout jumped down there. It was more one of these trout jumping out the water for some reason. There's always plenty of grayling down the bottom end. We'll go down and give it a go. We start just at the tail at the top end here. See if we can. The wind's a bit bit of a pain, but there's a wee trout there. A wee grayling, one of the two. I don't want to get too close. Just Just off the back of the stone there. See if there's... Well, it looked promising when I first came. There were fish moving, the odd fish anyway. It's been really quiet now. Let's try over the far side here. Okay, I've put a tin of nymph off, and I put a small dry on, small, sort of basically just a wee grey dun. See if I can pick up these are small grayling rising. It's not been a good start. I mean, that pool, the first pool we fished was really good, and we did really well. The things have been tried the main pools. I've really worked hard to try and find some fish. Some of the pools I would normally catch have been quiet. I mean, I know if we had a good hatch of flies, the pools would be totally different. It just changes. There's a nice fish rising up, just under the trees. Well, a nice fish it looks. It's a good rise. There's a couple of wee fish rows here, wee grayling. Let's see if I can get them to come back up. There's another one. I'm going to go up there and try for that. There's two fish up there then. Another one further up there. I'll just work my way up anyway. Trying out the best way to present this fly. There's a wee run coming off that stone at the back. I'll try and take it up. There we go. Wow. That's a nice brownie as well. It's a nice fish. There's another one further up, hopefully it'll come back up. He just wants to fight a bit. So I took the small dun. I'll get one in there so we can see him. The dry fly is just on the cheek. Turn him round, so is it? It's right in the cithers. There we go. It's a lovely trout. Just let him go. So it was worthwhile coming up for that. And things have been really hard going as well. It's a lovely fish to catch. There's the dry fly there. It's a Dynamite Harry, small dun. He was straight onto it. So a quick dry and look back out. Okay, we're going to work our way up here. There's a fish under the tree, slightly further up, so just going to work my way up to it. It's been a good 5 minutes since it rose, but can I guess, I can idea where it is. Put the dry over anyway. There's a wee fish there. Oh, a wee fish there. A wee nut there as well. I mean, I might not be big fish, but that was a nice fish. Under the tree. Oh! Oh. Tamed a bigger fly. I missed it though. Oh. Quick as the fly hit the water, it took it. Jesus. Try again. I never touched it. I missed that again. That was another fish. Not doing too well there. That fly must have been, that fish must have just, I must have cast it right on top of it. It looks like a nice brownie as well. Type of rise, a brown trout rise anyway. Try slightly further over. You have to control it with the wind. The way the wind's blowing, it's kind of crisscrossing. Oh dear, sure. Two fish. I rose two fish in that one wee bit. I should have got at least one of them anyway. I think that was my chance. So it was. Just a wee fish. So that wee bubble was just like a wee grayling. That's what it's like. Again. God. Finally. It's a wee brownie. Jeez. the big fly. I held on to it this time. Oops. He's going to wrap himself. There we go. I've changed to actually a smaller dry fly, a wee green, it's a wee green dun. I mean, it's a green body and a light dun hackle. There's one or two wee, oh gosh, take the big fly. I'm casting, I've still got the two dries on. I've got the Marks Brown with the other fly on it. Gosh, there's a wee one there. Right beside me, jeez. Oh, I rose it. Just a wee brown trout. Anyway, you don't ken until you've actually cast to them half the time what they are. When a grayling rises, they're quite light. You don't know what size they are either. Oh, shagged that one. That was a wee fish. I took the small fly. Well, at least we got a reasonable brown trout. A few takes, a few wee fish. We did not too bad, considering the first pool we fished, we did well. So we can't complain. I enjoyed it. I mean, I've only been here, what, just over 3 hours. So it's been good fun. And it's about time to head home. That one I missed, the bigger fish missed. It's not come back up. Didn't jag him. See if you just keep fishing up this wee run. There's another wee trout there. You just, wee grayling rise like that, you just don't know what they are until you try. We'll see if I'm sure there was a fish that rose up the middle here somewhere. Oh, that's just a wee fish. These are good lies under the trees here for decent trout. I say, if we haven't really had a... Oh, just a wee fish. I nicked him there, I think. That wee trout there, wee fish again there. We'll see what it is, if I can get it to come up. Rose there. Oh. Just a wee brownie. I think it's just a wee brown trout. There we go. Oh, there's a wee brown trout. That was away. It's fun just to even catch them when things are not doing so well. That's a good fish, that. Well, a better fish anyway. Too far. Wind keeps catching. There we go. Ah, just a wee brownie, just another one. Good fun. At least they're willing to rise, these wee fish. Wobbly rocks. I'll try off the back of the stone here. Good to see a lot of nice wee brown trout. Whoa. Gosh, that come up and tame that, that's a good trout. I don't know what I've caught up in here, a lot of rubbish. Good to land this one. I think this will do us. If we can land this, we'll be doing well. We'll finish with this. Out of nowhere. And he's there. We'll put him in the net. There we go. Let's have a look at him. That just nipped to the surface and no more. There's hardly a bubble. That's why I'm saying you never know what you're going to get next. Nice. That's a nice fish. It's out in the cellars. There's a wee dry fly. Lovely wee. Nice wee fly. I think that's a size 20. Anyway, there we go. Nice brown trout. Lovely colours. Just let them go. Either way. Good, that'll do us. Finish with a nice trout. This size, nice wee fly. Under the trees, I've got a bit of weed and all. Anyway, there we go folks. It's been an enjoyable day. Enjoyed myself. There's weed. So anyway. It's always good to finish with a decent trout. So anyway folks, that's us for the day. We'll head home. As long as there's a fish doesn't rise by the time we get to the car, we'll head home. That was worth it. It was a nice trout under the trees there. We got a nice couple of trout at that point. So if the fish are there, they're not. It's just getting them to rise, or if there's if there's a hatch of flies, I'm sure there'll be fish rising all the way up here. But when you're not seeing any trout, or it's just very odd rises, you're just having to work a wee bit harder. But anyway, I enjoyed the day. I've had a few fish. I'm happy with that, can't complain. So again, thanks for all your kind words and comments. I do really appreciate them. And I know you enjoy the videos. And as I said, I enjoy making them. They're good fun. And with ups and downs. It's a nice pool this as well. It's very hard to walk away when the fish rises, but so anyway, thanks again. Until next time.